BJ, what time is it?
Right now.
Live on Rite Now Radio. So tonight,
Yes, sir.
we have Mr. BJ Pernell. He's with the Central Alabama Jaguars. We have a lot of great events coming up, especially this Saturday. We have a slam dunk contest and a 3-point shootout, 5-on-5 pickup game. It's gonna be the Dunn-Oliver Acadome. Tell them what time is the event.
The event is this coming Saturday, April 1st at 4 p.m. The doors open at 4 p.m. And we're just looking for a great time at Alabama State University's Acadome. And it's going to be fun and entertainment for the entire family. We got 3-point contest. We have free throw contest, slam dunk contest, and we also have games and prizes that will be presented to the families and friends that support the event.
Okay. All right. What's the admission price?
The admission, well, I think at the door and are all $15. And so,
all right, cool. We can handle that. So, and also, I also see we got hot sauce coming. No coming
so
down here again.
You're getting a great price of tickets for the event.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great price. Yes, I see. So we got hot sauce from it. They don't want me to say he coming back down to Montgomery. Yeah, you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay. Yeah. So I see we got one of the guys here coming down. Who are some of the athletes that the fans can expect to see from the Central Jaguars? Cutting out on me.
What happened? I couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So I said, I see that I was asking who are some of the notable athletes that are playing for the Jaguars this year that the fans can expect to see?
Well, we did have a few, but a lot of times, with scheduling and everything, a lot of people have a lot going on. So what we did, we reached out to some of the old guys. We got Anthony Thomas with Trust the Process training. He's also going to be featured in that slam dunk contest as a 3-point contestant and also a free throw contestant as well. And he's also playing on the 5-on-5. We got Gerard Pettis, who's also one of the Jaguars' former players in our official basketball league, who's also going to be featured in this contest as well. We got Alex McNeil, who's also a former student of mine, and he's also from the Millbrook area, so from my hometown. And so basically he's also going to be featured in it. So it's a lot of names, local talent that's going to be featured in this. So we got a lot of young guys. We also incorporated some of high school guys in this event so they can kind of get a feel of what it's like to play, at the next level and just fun and entertainment. Yeah, so just bringing entertainment for the community is so important. We got a lot of gun violence going on, and we're just trying to bring a platform here, and maybe we can make this a yearly thing and bring this platform here to Montgomery to kind of bring our community together.
I definitely hope that becomes a yearly thing because it's needed around here. And I see we got one of the players from the annual mixtape, Hot Sauce, coming back to Montgomery. He's been a few times. I saw him a couple years ago when he came. But that should be exciting.
Yeah, and it is. Hopefully he can get out and do something on the floor or whatever, just bring some excitement. But right now he's expected to be here tomorrow. And we're supposed to meet with him and get with him and get better acquainted with him as far as the organizers. But hopefully he can come here and bring some even more excitement. We got a lot of great things that's going to be taking place this Saturday at 4 p.m. at the Acadome with those guys coming here. So you never know. It may be some more surprises besides Hot Sauce, being featured this Saturday. So
you never know. I'm pretty sure House not coming by himself now. He gonna bring some of his NBA friends. You never know who he might bring with him.
Right.
He know everybody.
Right. So, and that's what it's all about, just bringing awareness to Montgomery. Many a times we go to Birmingham, we go to Atlanta, and we support these same events. So why not bring it to Montgomery?
Exactly. And that's the way I feel about it. I said, now Montgomery could definitely have more events, even like hosting, if we don't get an actual G League team or anything, I think like we could host some games here.
Correct, correct.
Right.
And so, this what brings me to Mr. Daniel Thomas, and I don't know if a lot of people know him,
Yeah,
but
I know
he's
who it
one
is.
of the he's they call him Big Pimp with the Dirty Boys, but he's the organizer of this event. And I'm just one of the partners that's willing to get involved and promote our community. And so he, man, spearheaded this whole thing. And I met with
Awesome.
him, it was me, him, and a couple of other people. And, he basically asked me to get involved, and I talked to him, and I was willing to do it. And so we ran with it. And so, man, we got a big participation. Ticket sales are going through the roof. And
Ooh,
so we're excited about it this Saturday.
I'm excited to know that too. So tell us about some of the opportunities that players from the Jaguars get to experience. I know they get exposure from the professional rankings. I know a couple of players are going overseas, like Craig Sword. He's in the G League right now. Uh,
Right.
is it an opportunity for guys to earn college scholarships through the Jaguars?
Well, now we a lot of times people, get confused on what it is that we do. And so basically with the Jaguars, we are considered a professional men's basketball team. So we have to be careful how we engage with the high school talent and college talent.
Oh,
And
okay.
so, with networking with them and then getting them the exposure, the college students and high school students do have to be careful on what they, you know, input as far as the Jaguars, because if any money is dealing and involved, that could mess up their eligibility. And so that's why I require all players, that's dealing with Jaguars to at least be 21 with some kind of experience, so we won't be messing up their college career, because I do believe in promoting education. Education is so important to me. I can't work in it and not promote it. And so
Right.
education do come first to me. And so anything else, if it's not for you, then so you can rely on the Jaguars to promote you and get you where you need to be. And so we did have a couple of players that went overseas, like Anthony Thomas just came back from
Okay.
Portugal, and you got Rodriguez Palmer, who also played in the TBL with us, and he's
Yeah.
also he got over in Mexico, and so he's back playing. Even though we took this season off, they're still able to go and still play. That's what we do. We try to provide opportunity for guys to get to that point.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's awesome. And also, I want to get into for you to explain to our audience what is TBL. I know that stands for the basketball league, but let us know the opportunities that the league offers a lot of our athletes. For those that may not know.
Man, we were in the TBL this past, not this spring coming up, because we took this season off to kind of better plan and get on board with our community. But the TBL is the best experience. I was a part of the official basketball league, before we started the TBL. But when we got in the TBL, it's like a league of none other. It's a step under the NBA G League, and it's a great
Wow.
exposure. We have Miss Evelyn, who's actually the first Black African American woman, to own a league of this caliber. And so, her husband, Mr. David Magley, those two people, which played a part in the success of the league. And so the
Yeah,
league is so successful to the point
it
where,
is.
you know, and I'm pretty sure, the community and all around Montgomery and the country, they've heard of them. And so a lot of people are involved with the TBL and promotion of it.
Okay, now you know what? I'm glad that you mentioned that because I noticed. I say every spring when they had the big tournament, but they have a lot of the current and former players come back and play in the big tournament, right? From different schools, whether it be Arkansas, Duke, North Carolina, so forth. Guys that went on to play pro, NBA, overseas, you name it, they all come back and play.
Okay, yeah, you're talking
So,
about the TBT,
okay, okay,
and that's
all right, okay, okay.
yeah, the TBT, and pretty much we had, we had a team from Alabama called Sweet Home Alabama that actually played in it last year, and so
Really?
not sure, what's going to be the case this year, but
And
Craig Sword
well,
Chicken, he
yeah.
played in it.
Okay, yeah, he did. I remember seeing that. And
So
I
yeah, the TBL is called the Basketball League,
mhm.
and so those are two different entities in which great opportunities for the guys to come and play. And so hopefully this summer we can bring some more opportunities to Montgomery from the Jaguars. So basically right now we're just doing things in promotion as far as our community, getting involved with our youth. And so that's what we're doing as far as the Jaguars organization.
Nice, nice. So tell us, in the future, like, do you ever see TBT or the basketball league coming to Montgomery?
Man, and it's a lot of people don't know, from working behind the scenes in my experience, with planning and just getting involved with basketball. A lot of people wonder, like, how does he do it? And man, you got to have some good people around you, when planning with the TBL or even any league, dealing, whether it's TBL, TBT, or any other league, you got to have the right people in place,
Mm-hmm.
because it's very serious when it comes to it. And so, with those kind of leagues, it takes a lot. And Montgomery has so much history here, and so man, it would be an ideal place to host and promote the history that we have here in Montgomery. And so by doing that, we
I'm
have to
looking
get our
forward to it.
city,
Yes.
we have to get our city leaders involved. We
Mm-hmm.
have to get our community involved. And that's why I said we got to be a team of community. And so that's why we're doing the things and the approach that we're taking right now to kind of get our community on notice on what we have as far as our organization. That way, when we do start back, with our season, the community is already on notice. Hey, we got to support these guys. We
Yeah.
got to get out here and do things for these guys. And so, that's what we're doing right now as far as our community. So Montgomery has a lot of history, as far as our museums,
Right.
African American heritage. And
Mm-hmm.
so, man, I would love to see, some games hosted here, all-star games,
I would
that
too.
kind of stuff. That
Definitely,
that that would be so awesome for our
definitely,
community.
definitely. I
A
mean,
lot of times people are taking everything to the Legacy Arena or Birmingham and
yeah,
Huntsville and that kind of
right.
stuff. When we got great history here in Montgomery, so
Yeah, you know what? I'm definitely glad you mentioned that because I just went to the NCAA tournament in Birmingham and I thought the same thing. Like, we could host the game in Montgomery at the Acadome somewhere.
right,
We
right.
could have. I mean, that'd be a great time to actually pat the Acadome out and make bring some revenue here.
Right, right. And so it's all about networking and getting community involved. And so, if we're not willing to get involved and promote our community, then we're gonna continue to uh do the same thing or be repetitive at doing the same thing, which is
You know
going to
what? You're
Birmingham.
right. You're right. And I feel like, we just need to step out of our comfort zone now, and just like I said, get involved more, and
And
just
that's you hit it
and
right
go from
on
there.
hand. You hit it right on hand, Rashad.
Uh,
Man, we do have to feel comfortable. We got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I took that post, that quote from Marquise Glaze. He
yeah,
always said, you got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Sometimes it's okay
absolutely,
to step out of your comfort zone.
absolutely,
And so,
absolutely.
in doing that, I wasn't a basketball player. I ran track. But, me knowing business and just a network, I'm a people person.
But you
And
still know sports.
I still know.
Once an athlete, you always have. I played basketball in high school too, so
Yeah, so man, it plays a part because those guys, that first team I started the Jaguars back in 2020, and that first team I had taught me a lot of things about the game of basketball,
there's a
how to
lot of talent
conduct
on that team
business.
too.
It was, and
A
so
lot of talent.
they taught me, the basics, how to handle business, the approach, and things of that nature. And that's why we're so successful to this day because of those guys. You had guys like Donnell Taylor and Mike
Right.
Harvey, Marquise Glaze, and Chris Dixon,
Damn.
all of those guys, Charvez Davis. So those guys really, taught me how to conduct myself when it comes to handling business as
Right.
far as the Central Alabama Jaguars or even outside of this,
They've seen it.
because
They've seen it
every
on such a high level. You know.
right. And
Yeah.
so now, because of the success we've had, I can always rely on those guys, those men to come back and help get involved, whether it's coaching, whether it's playing, or whether it's just supporting whatever event that we have. And so we just have a brotherhood here, and that's what we're trying to create. The second team I had was in the official basketball league with Des DeRamus,
Okay. Okay.
Gerard Pettit,
Yeah.
Alex
Right.
McNeil,
Right.
Anthony Thomas. And
Yep.
so those guys are the ones that brought a fan base because we started at Pike Road, and so we used to pack Pike Road High School out,
I saw that.
as far as
Yeah.
our games. And so those guys are the ones, there's levels to how we are what we are today. And
But
so,
see,
even we rolled right out of the official basketball league from the Final Four. We lost in the Final Four in the official basketball league in Louisville, Kentucky. And so we rolled right into the TBL, and it was a successful story with that as well. So we just made it known that Montgomery has talent, and
yeah,
so
yeah.
we're on the outside looking in. A lot of people don't think we got talent, but we really have talent here in Montgomery.
Oh
And
yeah, we
so
do.
that's our
Definitely do.
and
I
that's
mean,
our goal.
I
That's
know
our
these
goal
guys
for
play
Jaguars.
for.
Right. So that's the main goal with the Central Alabama Jaguars organization, is to promote the talent we have here in Montgomery. We've had players from Dothan and Atlanta, and so we even had players from overseas to come and play for us. And
Yeah.
we
So
relied on those guys from Montgomery to get us through. And so, man, Montgomery is very filled with talent.
who are some of those players that came from overseas to play with the Jaguars?
Now we had and this was in the TBL. Pretty much, we had Boubacar Diakite, and he's back in Arizona right now. But he was one of the many talents that came and played for us. So from overseas. So he was from Africa.
Okay, yeah, I know who he is now because he was playing with y'all at Pike Road, I believe.
No. He started back in March with the
Okay,
TBL.
okay,
So
okay.
yeah, we had quite a few people that has played for us, local talent wise. And so, man, I'm just grateful to be providing the opportunity for those guys to expand their career and take their basketball career to the next level.
Man, I love it. I love it. So with all the new opportunities with NIL and AAU basketball is still a huge step for most young athletes to take. Enlighten the people on the most general and important purpose of playing AAU basketball. What
Man, and I know, and I realize, AAU has changed with the
changed a lot.
dynamics and the approach. It changed a lot from back when I was younger, but because back when we were younger, AAU was a big thing. Like, it
Yeah.
was a big thing. And so now, with AAU, a lot of times the young people, and the generation is different. So the young people got to be equipped on why it is that they need to be doing AAU, because AAU is an exposure platform for young people to get involved and play, to kind of expand their level, whether they want to go to college or whether they want to take that next step in expanding their basketball career as far as pro, or whether it's the NBA G League, because college isn't made for everyone. And so sometimes you may leave high school and go to that next level. So that's what AAU is all about.
It's about exposure.
It's about exposure and getting better as far as your craft, as far as basketball.
Right. So tell us too about how AAU promotes even educational opportunities for young athletes. Because although we know college is not for everyone, but see, everybody needs to have their education, especially the high school diploma. So
Right.
how does AAU actually promote that for say vocational opportunities? Because trade school is still an option for our athletes, so they can have some additional skills.
Right.
Yep.
So now I'm not really involved with AAU. I just know off of experience from dealing with others who actually runs their AAU program. And it takes a lot. I know a coach, Willie Jackson, they call him Coach J. He has the WJ Hawks. And he has an AAU team high school. And I can say from experience with talking to him and dealing with him on a weekly basis and conversations, and his approach, it's very tough. Because those guys are in high school, and he tries to help them with, getting them in college and everything, because he's an educator as well, and so he promote college. Basically, it's tough being an AAU coach, because you got to not only deal with the kids, but you got to deal with the parents as well. So it's a different platform versus what I do, as far as dealing with the adults only. So yeah, so in promotion for education, man, with AAU, it's tough dealing with the children and getting them enrolled in college or getting them noticed, providing them with film for AAU and everything else. So it's tough. If you got parents in the community that support you, it'll go so much smoother.
Yes, it will. And we both know that from being educators ourselves, work with kids in the
Right.
classroom. So
Right.
as long as we don't feel that we're unsupported, how to handle everything ourselves, so that makes the actual process a lot smoother. So I was gonna ask, so tell
Right.
me this
Right.
too.
So yeah.
For a lot of our women athletes, right? For our women athletes in this
Right.
area who aspire to make it to the WNBA, what opportunities are there for them with the Jaguars?
Now we don't necessarily have the opportunity yet. I'm gonna say yet
Yeah.
for women. So but we don't have that opportunity yet. But I am familiar with Coach Adrian Harris, who
Yeah.
also has a women's basketball team called the
Yep.
Montgomery Lady Magic. And me and her are real close friends. And shout out to her, man. She's always putting together a great platform, and she knows a lot of ladies that still want to hoop. And so she's down in Mobile at Bishop State doing her
Right.
thing.
Right.
And
Right.
so, man, she has this team called the Montgomery Lady Magic, man, and she got a great program with promoting athleticism for women, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I know she played college ball at Alabama State.
Alabama State. So,
Yeah.
man, it's just
Played there. Yeah.
the opportunity is here, but we have to be on notice as a community, as basketball players, that hey, if I want to jump on it, do I want to take that opportunity of getting involved? And so that's what we got to be realizing as far as, sports and athleticism, and just as a basketball player in general, we got to be on notice on the opportunities that surround us, because the opportunities is here in Montgomery. We just got to take heed as players to be on notice on what's around us.
Yeah. And first of all, shout out to Coach Will Franklin, man. I had him on here for episode 5. He's doing a great job with Team Driven. And one thing I can say about him, the main thing I can say, he's taking great pride in his players. He's putting them out there for great exposure. He just said, hey, we want to play the top teams, we want to play everybody.
And man, I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said. Man. Believe it or not, Will played a big part in me starting the Central Alabama Jaguars, man.
How was that?
I'm gonna tell you, I had no intentions on starting a basketball program, but he hit me up, and he was like, man, what, you think you want to start your own adult men's team? And I was like, let me pray about it, because I do believe in the word of God.
Yeah.
So I had to pray about it. I think it was about 6 months, man. And I hit him up and I was like, okay, well, I already had my name. I had my logo. I had everything in place. And, he was like, man, let's go with it. So I was like, but there's one thing. I do not want to do a tryout because, with a new team coming in, nobody would take heed to it. Nobody would jump on it. So I said, we got to get us some big name players that's going to bring some attention to this. And that's what we did. And so shout out to Will Franklin, who played a big part. Cedric Richardson, who played a big part in me starting the Central Alabama Jaguars, and they will always be remembered for their role and contributions to how we started the Central Alabama Jaguars.
Yep. So I can tell between Ced and Will, like they push you. They push
they take everything. They take everything serious.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know they do.
and that's why, and that's why the type of players that we had, they're drawn to me, because it takes a lot to deal with those personalities, because those guys they're not bad guys. Those are humble guys. But you got to have, as an owner, as a president, you got to have the mindset and the personality to deal with those kind of guys, because everybody can't deal with them. And so, man, I will be forever appreciative of those guys for allowing me to start this platform and keep it going. Man,
that's amazing. That's amazing. Now, but it's still going. It's been going for probably almost 5 years, right?
We started, about close to 3. Okay. And so we started back in 2020.
Yep. There we go. So so now
you had a break, and so with
another wave of players that that will keep it going. That'll be great.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So something I thought about. Now that you have a couple different avenues for the players to go, they played overseas or they played in the basketball league and TBT. what about some of the Jaguars players one day playing for Team USA in the Olympics?
Man,
That'd be amazing.
that would be amazing. That would be amazing for not only the Jaguars, but just Montgomery as a community,
Yeah,
our area. That would be so amazing, man. If that would happen, I would love that.
me
And I
too.
think Craig Chicken, he played in Team USA, but I think
Yeah.
this was pretty
Hmm.
much with the NBA G League. And so pretty much, man, that would be amazing to play in the USA Olympics. Like that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be it, man. I just think have somebody play on that level, or even win any type of medal. That's just something that just very monumental. Nobody can take that from you.
Right,
Nobody.
right, right. So yeah, I'm very appreciative of the platform, the opportunities that's provided for these guys here in Montgomery.
Yeah, absolutely. So going forward, I really wish, and I hope anybody who's listening tonight will take away, let's get behind the Central Jaguars, any city leaders, anybody who's in the school system, any sports management people who have access to any facilities. Let's get behind the Jaguars and provide more facilities for them to play their games in practice. And also, let's get out there and support their games and events. And also, the slam dunk contest this weekend. I'll be there for sure. But I want to make sure that more people come on out. That's what it's going to take to push it and grow it to a larger scale.
Right,
That I'm gonna tell you, like, that's how Birmingham is grown, Huntsville, and all the other cities is. Even Atlanta, they've grown the same way because people support
right,
it.
right. And
Simply
so
put,
that's why
it's
we
support.
are where we are. That's why we are where we are today. And so just support. That support just goes a long way. And so, man, we're just grateful.
Man, we're just grateful for the opportunity. Uh, so like I said, let's get ready to wrap up tonight. Tell us real quick. What is some? Just provide some words of wisdom for our audience tonight. Words of
Okay. uh no, I'm never lost for words, but right now I am. But man, I just want our youth and young adults who are, interested in hooping and interested in just expanding their career, whether it's basketball or whether it's just getting involved in the community. Man, keep pushing. Keep pushing. And that's basically, what I do. I keep pushing, even though I don't want to do it, or even though I, don't feel like doing it, I just keep pushing.
that's the
And
best
so,
time to do it. That's the best time to do it. Those days when you don't feel like it,
right,
that's the best time to get on out the bed and get to the gym,
right,
wrap up with classes, or do everything you need to do. hmm Because
right. And so I
it's all
always tell
about.
my cousins,
No, keep going. I'm sorry. Keep going.
that I always tell my cousins, work to live, don't live to work. And so a lot of times, people push and people
Yeah,
just do anything just to get to the next level, and you don't want to do that. You want to live. And so basically, living is so important when it comes to sports, man. It makes it go by and makes it so much smoother.
it does. I mean, much smoother. And like you say, it's gonna make the reward so much better because you don't want to just get trapped to just punching in, punching the clock. You want to
Right,
work to have some freedom. To have some,
right,
like I said, put yourself in a better financial position. That's what it's about. Sometimes we forget that, we get lost, we get overwhelmed from our day to day situation activities.
correct, correct. And so,
Oh,
man, yeah, it's been an awesome run, and I'm excited to get started back and excited to just bring even more opportunities to our community.
that's right. That's right. So part of leaving a legacy. We all want people to know about what we've accomplished throughout our life, passing on our skills, our knowledge, and experience to the next generation. That seems to be what the first group of players have done with
Yes,
Central Alabama Jaguars. But we worked too hard not to be a part of history. So tell us, what do you want to do to be remembered for your career at the end of your career?
man, being remembered. Let me see.
Just
I
one main
mean,
thing, how you feel. I know you're a passionate educator and a coach, but tell us how you want to be remembered.
man, I want to be remembered off of being an influence, a positive influence and role model for our young people, for our community. And a lot of people do know me. I don't know if you know this, but I hosted Taco Tuesday for youth. We had over 100 kids. And so just establishing a platform and just establishing something for our youth to just look forward to. And so that's what I want to be remembered by, as a positive influence and influencer to our youth and young adults. Say, hey, man, I remember him. I remember he did this and he did that. And so I'm very acquainted with some of our city leaders, some of our community leaders. And so, man, just being remembered off of the opportunities and platform and just being a positive influence to our youth and young adults is what I want to be remembered by.
Being that person, you know, that people remember, well, Miss Pernell influenced me to, number one, take that scholarship to go to college, sign that big contract to go overseas, for example. Or simply, you know, just buying a new car, you know, because I was gonna just keep on fixing on the old one.
right. And so
It'd be
and
something
so
just like that.
And it's so crazy because a lot of things that I do, I'm not in the forefront. I don't like being in the forefront, and so I'm very humble as a person, and so I don't have to be in the forefront. I just want things to be ran smooth and be as successful as possible. And so, man, a lot of times people do want to be in the forefront, and that's not my character. And so that's why I'm like, man, we're good. I just help out. Whatever I need, I'll sponsor, I'll donate, I'll be the leg person, whatever you need me to do. And so that's a part of being a community servant. And so, man, it's not about me being in the forefront. It's service.
And that's fine, you know, because not everybody is probably met or interested in being in front of the camera. So, you know, you found your way to serve. You found your way to make a positive impact. That's what it's all about.
Right.
That's what it's about here.
Right.
So outside of let's say Will and said, who are some other influential people that inspired you to become an educator or to be a service to the community?
Man. Believe it or not, I have a great support system, man. My mom, Barbara Ellington, and my godmother, Miss Willie Mae Duncan, actually, she played a positive, both of them, those ladies played a positive role in my life, as far as how I'm carrying myself today. My mom is a hard worker. She worked 2 jobs all the way up until I got out of high school. And so my godmother was a city worker for Millbrook, and she was one of the ones that taught me etiquette, how to carry myself as a young man, how to speak in public and everything else. And so they're the reasons why I am who I am today. And, you know, I got a friend, Miss Jackie Thomas, who's also city councilwoman in Millbrook. And so basically, you know, she's one of my closest friends and, you know, basically teaching me the ropes on how to get involved, how to conduct business and everything else. And so these ladies are the reason why I am who I am today and why I conduct myself in a manner, you know, that brings positivity to our community, but my family as well.
Family support. Like I said, you come background to strong women in your life too. That's what it's about.
Correct.
I can relate to that too. Without my parents and grandparents, I don't know where I would be easy. So that's absolutely
so my dad passed away actually when we were playing at Pike Road.
Really?
He passed away after a single car accident. So, man, you know, my dad played a role in my life as well. And shout out to him, man. I'll be forever grateful for everything that he's taught me on how to conduct myself as a young man as well, because he was definitely a hard worker for me and my brothers and sisters. And so he supported in any way he could. So
absolutely, man, that's great. God fearing man come from a great family. Amen to that. But yeah, tell us too. What can everybody receive updates from the Central Alabama Jaguars? You know, provide website, social media, email, anything.
Yes, sir. We have a Facebook page, Central Alabama Jaguars. We have an Instagram page, Central_Jags. We also have Twitter, Central_Jags. But we also have a website. You can subscribe to our website at www.centralalabamajags.com. Subscribe to our website to keep up with the latest updates on the community involvement, or whether it's our season and what we're going with that. And so just keep up with the latest updates by following our social media pages or subscribing to our website.
Okay. Subscribe
And
to the
our
website.
email,
Mm-hmm.
correct, and our email is central_jags@yahoo.com. You're more than welcome to email us on any community events that you would like for us to get involved with. We have a mascot who's also actively involved. We participated with different parades and different community involvement. And so basically just email us. So we got a lot of great things happening and going on with the Jaguars organization. So we're not just a basketball team organization, we're a community organization. And so, man, just reach out to us, follow us, subscribe to our website, and you're more than welcome to contact us.
All right, all right. There it is, everybody. So now you know how to get in touch with Central Alabama Jaguars. But be sure to come on out to Dunn-Oliver Acadome this weekend. Tip-off starts at what time again?
Doors open at 4 p.m.
Okay.
Tip-off starts right after, and so I think tip-off will start around 4:30, 5 o'clock. And so we're asking everybody to come out and support. Maybe some big surprises. We have a lot of giveaways, and so we're just asking everyone to come out and support.
Okay. All right, y'all come out and support. You heard it here from both Rashad Robinson and DJ Pernell. We're gonna get out and support the Jaguars and continue to see big and brighter things come to Montgomery. Not just socially, but enough some more athletic opportunities for all our athletes to reach the next level. So yep.
Right.
That's gonna wrap up episode 8 on Rite Now Radio. And everybody, you know how to tune in. You find us on all channels: Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts now, and also Google Podcasts and iHeartRadio. All right, that's gonna do it. Let's send it off from here.